The implications of events in the Middle East for the U.S. economy are uncertain. But the implications of events in the Middle East for the U.S. economy are uncertain. In the near term, higher energy prices will push up overall inflation, but it is too soon to know the scope and duration of the potential effects on the economy. We will continue to monitor the risks to both sides of our mandate. We don't know how big these effects are going to be, and I don't want to characterize them in any way. Of course, people are already seeing gas prices. Gas prices are up almost $1 a gallon. We hope that isn't for a long period of time, and of course people will feel that, but I don't want to speculate about what that might mean, because honestly that would sound like I have some idea of what's actually going to happen, and I don't think anybody really does. We're going to see how this works out, and I just would leave it at that.
The risks to the inflation outlook are tilted to the upside, especially in the near term. The risks to the inflation outlook are tilted to the upside, especially in the near term. A prolonged war in the Middle East could lead to a larger and longer-lasting upward shift in energy prices than currently expected, raising euro area inflation further. This could be reinforced and become more persistent if inflation expectations and wage growth were to rise in response, if the energy price increase were to spill over to non-energy inflation to a larger extent than assumed in the baseline, or if the war disrupted global supply chains more broadly. Ongoing trade tensions could also give rise to more fragmented global supply chains, curtail the supply of critical raw materials, and tighten capacity constraints in the euro area economy.
The conflict is an unprecedented shock to global energy markets. Today, National Cabinet acknowledged that the longer the conflict the Middle East goes, the more significant the impact will be for global supply chains, fuel prices and the wider economy. And it's also understood by Australians that this is a global issue that we are dealing with. The conflict is an unprecedented shock to global energy markets. The International Energy Agency has called it the biggest in history. Already Australians are feeling the consequences of this.